Any questions on lighting?
If you have a lights going on, for example, if you have a nightclub and they have a lot of different clothing lights going on, how would you handle to film the actual subject on like the dance floor, for example?
Okay.
Can you repeat the question?
Scenarios.
Can you repeat the question?
Oh yeah. All right. If you're inside of a nightclub, for instance, where you've got multiple different lights, okay, red lights, green lights, blue lights, maybe flashing lights, and you want to be able to shoot in a situation like that, without actually seeing the club, I'm going to give you a basic idea. One thing I would do is you would isolate your subject, okay, from the backlights. I would use those backlights as the background, okay? I would then use a softbox or an on-camera light or a light with a scrim, and I would shoot them very close up or the camera within 4 or 5 feet of them and light just them or the subject that they're trying to do. Maybe put a little overhead light on them, okay, separating them from those backlights. And if you have a meter, okay, try to use the meter and get a little more exposure on them versus the background, okay? You can get backgrounds with flares, that's not a problem. Flares add sometimes, but you don't want too much, okay? There's a happy medium, okay? But don't worry about that. If you're trying to go for a nightclub that's got an all red look, there's a secret to shooting in all red. If you shoot all red, shoot in mauve, okay? Bring it down to where it's not actually red, it's actually real warmer tone, and then boost the reds in post. And that's because lenses see colors as wavelengths, and as it goes through the lens, red will tend to blur. And so if you see an image that was shot in totally red light, the image may not be crystal clear, it may be slightly blurry. But if you finish it out in post, you would get a much better light, much better look. Okay. Anything else? I'm going to put some stuff online. All right, as a cinematographer, whenever you show up on set and locations, and you're going to do a gig at night, okay, and they don't have generators. Okay, we're going to have to do a scout. So we're going to check to see where are we shooting at. Do we have power? Do we have, plugs? What are the breakers rated at? Okay, I've walked into someplace before we were going to be shooting with 4 2Ks outside and another couple of 2Ks inside, and the house was only rated for 30 amps. That's not even enough to run 2 lights. So.
You know what's worse is on location and no one checked to find out where the breakers are. And they're in a lockup room and there's no one around to open the door.
Yeah, that's also a nightmare. And that's, yeah, exactly. Make sure you have access to the breakers. Or at least you have access to a contact who has access. Because if you pop it, you're done. And if you pop the breaker and you have no power, you've got an entire set standing there going, what do we do now? Yeah, make sure you get power. And if you have to, if you don't have the power and you're gonna have to bring in a generator, as a cinematographer, hide the generator as best you can. Put it behind some sound blankets and check with the sound guy to make sure that it's in the right spot, and hide it as best you can. Anything else?
Do you have an online thing that you do? Like a discussion forum or no? I know you're probably busy.
Well, Jeff and I actually have a couple of projects that we've been working on. Jeff owns a studio, and he and I have been working out maybe doing a film school. And depending on whether or not you guys might be interested, get in touch with us if you'd like to know some more about this, okay? And we might be able to set something up, either through on a one-on-one thing or maybe a group. And
I don't let Eric know, but we'll find out soon.
yeah, we'll just talk to Eric about if you're interested in a film school, okay? And we could bring you down, have you working on a real set with real lights and setting stuff up to where you could actually play with some of the gear, look at how it works and things like that. Number one question that I'm asked as a DP is, how do you know where to put the lights? Okay? Well, audiences have an expectation, and after 30 years, you got to look at the expectation and fulfill it. That's it. That's it. That's the only answer. Fulfill their expectations, create emotion, and give them a reason, and they'll be happy. Yeah. No, actually I don't. Jeff does. All right, is that it? All right, thank you very much.